this, the latest project by Conway the Machine. As he goes from king to a god, Conway manages to deliver a brand new and improved machine for all of us to look forward to for this whole new decade, pretty much. There's really nothing left to say about Conway the Machine at this point that hasn't been said before, especially after dropping 3 phenomenal projects last year that turned him into a fucking legend. You know, this includes the No One Mourns the Wicked album with Ghost Ltd, a Big Ghost Ltd, I believe is what the producer name is, and then the Lulu album with The Alchemist, and my personal favorite that made it to my list of some of the best albums of 2020, From King to a God. So, you know, there really is nothing else that I can say about Conway because he is a fucking genius and one of the best modern rappers that we have right now. For a while now, it seems that Conway has been killing it at the game with the same signature style that he's been using since he first started out, which I'm not entirely mad at it at all because it seems that it has been working out so far. You know, he catches a lot of people's attention. You know, he manages to stay relevant with every project that he drops. You know, so I'm not really mad at that because I personally really love his signature style. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw that he just completely gave us a whole new style in general, just overall. He just did something a lot more different. It was especially surprising considering that his first project this year that came out back in February, a collaboration with Big Ghost Ltd, once again with a project called If It Bleeds It Can Be Killed. You know, that one once again has his signature style. You know, Big Ghost Ltd once again on the production value. It was a really really great album as well. You know, those two just always like work so well together. So you know, I was really digging and getting used to his style that, you know, I just can't believe that with his second project of the year, he just gave us a whole new style in general. I was so used to Conway's classic 90s inspired boom bap beats with a little bit of a Wu-Tang twist to it. You know, I was so used to that style that he was doing for such a long time that I wasn't even thinking about, you know, what if Conway were to, you know, change it up a bit, you know, just switch it up. You know, so on this project, instead of getting that old style that I was looking forward to and just fully expecting it as well, instead of that, Conway just surprised the fuck out of me by, you know, giving us a brand new, you know, a rhythm and flow in general, and just really like adapting to modern day times. You know, like I know that he did give his style like a modern twist to it, but you know, he was a bit, you know, old school for a while, and you know, he pretty much was doing what a lot of like the new rappers seem to be doing so well at right now. You know, I feel that this whole project was just an experiment, you know, hence the name La Maquina. You know, I think that Conway was like trying to see, you know, what if he did do what a lot of like the new rappers were doing right now, you know, like, you know, would he like work well with it? Would he be terrible? Would he like just be another overrated rapper? Like, you know, it was just a whole big experiment on, you know, just pretty much a what if, you know, what if Conway did this style for a while, for a long time now. The production value on this album changed dramatically from the past projects that Conway has done. As Conway does work with the same like typical beats that he has been working with, except they were given a trap twist to it. You know, pretty much for a decent amount of the project, Conway does work with a lot of trap beats. You know, he just really was working with that style just to see how he would sound if he was given a much more like trap and sort of like upbeat twist to it. You all already know at this point how I feel about trap music, so I really didn't expect Conway to ever attempt to make a music with that genre, you know, especially when for the most part it seems like he is a bit more old school than modern. You know, like I said, you know, he does do a lot of, you know, like classic old school shit that pays tribute to that golden era of hip hop. But you know, they are giving a modern twist to it, but at the same time, he does, you know, like stay more on the old school side than to like try to do anything modern. You know, he just goes in his own lane. You know, he does his own shit, just like, you know, every other artist that is signed to the Griselda Records does. However, Conway's adaptation to however However, Conway's transition to trap music is something that really worked out well for him. You know, it's something that I truly enjoyed. You know, Conway is already a really great lyricist and a really great artist in general that can catch your attention no matter what it is he's doing. And, you know, he really gave trap music a whole new, different sound. And I can really see him use this like new style for the rest of the decade. You know, obviously he will like go back to the old signature style because that is what like people like. But I do definitely see him, just taking on the rap game this whole new decade with this new style that he has developed in this project. I also love that in a lot of the background production for a lot of the songs, you can hear a lot of Spanish inspired sounds. You know, like a little bit of like a guitar, a little bit of trumpets and whatnot. You know, like he just really went all out with the production value on here. You know, he just like he did a lot of like new and weird sounds that you wouldn't expect them to work out in a hip hop album, but they just work out so well because Conway is just really good at stepping outside of the box. If these past few years of Conway dropping a lot of new music was him just truly showing off his skills and showing off why he is no one to be fucked with and why he is a really like great force to be reckoned with in the hip hop game, then this album in particular is Conway finally having more fun with his craft and just really like enjoying what he does, which is really great to see, and I think is well deserved. You know, I think Conway now more than ever has deserved to have a lot more fun with his like music and his craft and to really like show it off in his music. Conway delivers some very goofy and just very wacky metaphors in general. You know, he has a very like silly flow in this one. You know, it's just really great to see him like sort of having like his like sense of humor in this project. You know, like he honestly has worked very hard to show that he deserves a lot of recognition, and now that he finally got that recognition back in 2020 and maybe in 2019 as well. That was like around the time when he was really like starting to blow up. But he obviously has worked really hard to earn his respect, and I think it was about time that he got a bit silly and he just got very goofy in general. It really like added a lot to his already great personality and just his like great talents in general. And as for the guest list on this album, I think it's probably one of the best features that I've seen in any Conway album in general. He just really went outside the box to just try and team up with a lot of great old school and modern legends as well. For example, there is this new upcoming rapper called Jay Skis, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He actually shows up on 3 tracks on this album, and he is just very dope in every single one of them. But my absolute favorite one is the track entitled Sister Abigail, that includes Jay Skis and a very impressive female rapper named Love the Genius. Sister Abigail is this very deadly lyrical deathmatch, as every artist on this song just go fucking in, they go ham. They start just delivering punchline after punchline and just spitballing bars and shit. And although I do think that Conway and Jay did very good not only on this song but on just the other 2 songs that they collab in, I think for me the main attraction here is definitely Love the Genius. I've never heard of her before. I didn't know what to expect from her, and honestly she did impress the fuck out of me. I feel that a lot of people do clown on female rappers a lot. It seems like for a while, they didn't really get that much respect because there are certain female rappers out here that just don't give off a respectful vibe, and they don't really like show off like true skill. And she is one of the few like female rappers that caught my fucking attention. Like she is not afraid to like just be dirty. She is not afraid to like go off on everybody. You know, she just says a lot of shit on her mind, and she has a really like great flow in general, and she has like such like clever punchlines and metaphors in general. Like, you know, she really did impress the fuck out of me, and I really, really do want to give her other shit a try, because I think that she is definitely a force to be reckoned with. You know, like probably one of the best and underrated female rappers that I've ever heard in hip hop, and I think a lot of you should really go check her out, because she is honestly a fucking genius, hence the name. I also want to give a quick shout out to the track 200 Pies, which has a feature with none other than 2 Chainz himself. And I want to give, like, you know, just a quick shout out and appreciation to 2 Chainz, especially after kind of being a dick when he was in a feature in Benny's album earlier this year in The Plugs I Met Too. You know, he showed up on a track with him, and I said how I don't think Benny should have collabed with him, because 2 Chainz doesn't really like hold a candle to the talent that Benny has, and just any other artist that is a part of Griselda. You know, I want to say I apologize, because he definitely did redeem himself on this song. You know, 2 Chainz took himself a lot more serious. You know, he went a lot more slow about it. You know, he actually like took the time to write some clever shit and to like try to keep up with somebody like Conway. You know, I think being in a song with Conway is all the like inspiration that 2 Chainz needed to you know, to show that, you know, he really is a great rapper, you know, when he tries, and that, you know, he does know how to, you know, hold his own. You know, I was a fan of 2 Chainz when he first started out, and then after that, I just got a bit bored of him, because it seemed that, you know, he just didn't like really like have anything new to add to his style. But you know, I am glad to see that, you know, on certain songs like these, 2 Chainz can, you know, bounce back and show that he does have a lot of potential. You know, despite the negative stuff that I do feel about him sometimes. You know, like I said, I do apologize to him and to anybody that is a very big fan of him, because I know that y'all have seen the improvement that, you know, since 2012 or 2013 when he first started out. But you know, to me, it just really, really hasn't been showing. But you know, I will admit when I'm wrong, because this track with 2 Chainz was honestly really great, and a part of it, not even a part of it, a huge part of it was because of 2 Chainz of 2 Chainz himself. However, my absolute favorite track on here is the song entitled Scatterbrain, which includes a surprising feature with Ludacris and JID. It is a very old school friendly competition. You know, once again, Conway is just very good with just any other artist that he collabs with. You know, it's a very, very like dope hardcore lyrical track. JID is a beast as always. You know, he never disappoints. You know, JID is just like fucking like this fucking like beast and monster that, you know, a lot of people underestimate. You know, I think he's very, very underrated in the Dreamville roster. But you know, honestly, put him on a B and put him against other people, like this man can fucking rap. You know, regardless of what y'all have to say, you know, JID is a fucking monster. But the most surprising on this song is fucking Ludacris himself. You know, a rapper that in recent years, me and all the homies have like found it's very, very hard to take him seriously. You know, he's done a lot of like great like hardcore like fucking gangsta like shit in the past, which I'm sure for a lot of people that's like classic right there. You know, back when Ludacris first started out, you know, he did, you know, show that he knew how to rap and shit like that. And then he, you know, did songs with fucking Justin Bieber out of all people, and it's like, you know, it just seems for a while to me he was just a rapper that was hard to take seriously. You know, like I didn't really see him as a serious rapper. You know, I just saw him as like a fun, like, you know, hype a rapper that we all love to listen to. And you know, he definitely proved me wrong on here, because I took his ass very serious on this song in general. You know, Ludacris just went fucking ham. You know, he went back to the old school, you know, style that got him famous in the first place. You know, he really like, you know, just did a lot of fucking like great and disgusting shit on this song. You know, he fucking like shout out to you, Luda. Like I feel bad and I apologize for fucking laughing at you with all my friends every time that we talk about you. But I will say that you really like did hold your own on this song in general, and I really hope that he does make a comeback because I think I think a new like modern a Ludacris album would probably be a dope thing to listen to in my opinion. And just like every traditional Conway album, he does have to have one song where he teams up with none other than Benny the Butcher and West Side Gun themselves. They show up on the track on the final track entitled "SE Gang," and instead of it being this like really great like traditional lyrical tag team deathmatch, they take themselves a lot more serious and just reminisce on the old days, before the fame, the rise to the fame, just everything they had to do, all those years that they suffered, just trying to get people to listen to their music. It's this very like emotional song where they talk about a lot of past trauma and a lot of past troubles, but there is a little like ray of happiness and sunshine and hope in this song because these three have finally lived and achieved the life that they have been always wanting to like go after. They have finally like gotten the recognition and the love and respect from their city and just from the whole world in general. These dudes became worldwide sensations in such a short amount of time, and this album is just a fucking tribute and just a symbol of the like iconic like people that they have become. So like definitely like makes you appreciate like the like journey that these three very incredible and underrated artists had to go through, especially if you've been following the Griselda people for a very long time now, since the beginning, like it really makes you appreciate, seeing where they are now. It is no surprise to all of you that I'm gonna give this album a 10 out of 10 because not only is Conway my favorite member from the Griselda Records roster, but he just really like created a very unique trap project, probably one of the most unique projects that he's made in a very long time. Just when I thought that there was no way he was going to outdo From King to a God, he immediately does it this year, a year later, with this like really beautiful project. I think a lot of you would enjoy this even if you're not a rap fan. I think that Conway is absolutely the main attraction. Every album, every song on here is very enjoyable. And so with that being said, I'm going to end this review off with one of my favorite bars of the album. And the reason why I gave this album a 10 out of 10 and the reason why Conway the Machine is the main attraction. And that bar goes like this. They say that West is the brains behind it and Benny is the star, but let's not act like Machine ain't the silliest with the bars. Fucking facts. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed my review, what did you guys think about this album? Have you heard it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What are your favorite tracks? What are your least favorite tracks? Please let me know in the comment sections down below. I would love to hear your opinions about this album. And with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, click that button down below, all that good stuff, and don't forget to stay happy.
It's like I'm living a dream, that's how to reach. I've been cooking like Walter and Jesse P. Kisses, I ain't trying to be a prodigy. Past deep.